Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Tarot by Melissa, and in today's reading we're going to be looking into the remainder of 2023 and what is ahead for you. Getting into our disclaimers, remember that this is a general reading, so some messages may apply specifically and accurately to you, while other messages in your chosen pile may not apply to you at all. Use your discernment. Follow your intuition. If something feels like it's not fitting your situation, simply just release it and let it go. Please don't take it personally. Please don't allow it to get you upset. Again, remember, it's a general reading. If you did want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you could book one with me will be linked in the description box down below. Personal readings are always a great way to get a more specific and accurate read on your own personal energy and your own personal situation. Also, bear in mind, guys, that this reading is going to be showing you a snapshot of where you're headed based on the current energy. Things are always in flux. Energy is always changing. Things shift and move depending on the choices and decisions that you choose to make in the present. So if you do see something that is predicted out for you in this video that you don't feel excited about, that you do not want to receive into your life, bear in mind that you have the free will to respond differently, make a different choice, and choose a different path. So never feel stuck or tied to anything that a tarot reading is saying, because you have free will. All right, let's go ahead and get into our pile selection. So today we're going to be working with 3 piles. We have a choice of 3 readings here. For pile 1, we are working with the Modern Witch Tarot and this Lapis Lazuli heart. For pile 2, we're working with the Star Spinner Tarot and this Amethyst Point. And for pile 3, we're working with the Good Karma Tarot and this Honey Calcite Crystal. So I want you all to take a deep breath. Think about what's ahead for you the remainder of 2023. Go ahead and select the deck or the crystal that you feel the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp that will take you to your selected reading. See you there. Hello, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. So we are going to be looking into what is ahead for you guys the remainder of 2023. If you guys selected the Lapis Lazuli heart with the Modern Witch Tarot, this will be your reading. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in, starting off with your overall energy of what's ahead for you the rest of this year. So starting us off, we've got the energy of the 6th house. We have Beyond the Ordinary. We have the Uncharted Sea. Ooh, okay, very cool. All right, guys. So I feel like the focus for the remainder of 2023 for you is definitely going to be centered around something in your daily routine. Your daily routine, your daily habits, the daily work that you're doing. There's something about your daily routine that I feel very strongly is going to be changing during this time. 6th house can also talk about like our health, our wellness. So some of this could be a factor as well for some of you. But overwhelmingly, to me, this feels like something about your routine is going to be changing. We have Beyond the Ordinary and the Uncharted Sea. So with Beyond the Ordinary coming up here, this card is kind of about learning to go with the flow and to get comfortable with the ambiguity of not knowing everything that you might want to know. It's almost kind of like this vibe of the High Priestess that I get from this, where some of you guys who read tarot may know that sometimes when the High Priestess comes up in a reading, it's because we're not supposed to know the answer, right? Like there's something about the experience or something about what's ahead that Spirit is not necessarily wanting us to know yet. We're supposed to just kind of trust and wait and see how it plays out. So that's really what I'm feeling in terms of your day-to-day routine that's changing here. You guys have the Uncharted Sea, so there's most certainly an energy of you guys kind of stepping outside of your comfort zone. And again, with the water energy being here, it's about going with the flow, kind of going with the ebbs and flows of life over the next couple of months, right? The Uncharted Sea, you know, there's definitely this energy, like I said, of getting out of your comfort zone. And with Beyond the Ordinary coming up here with the 6th house, I do feel that some of you guys might be feeling just like a little bit anxious about it because there's uncertainty here. But the beauty of this energy is that it's stretching you and changing you for the better, right? Typically when we're in our comfort zone, we're not really growing, right? We're just kind of sitting there comfortable. We might even be stagnant at times. And so you're moving into something new and different that's going to help to promote growth and change in your life in a positive way. So let's take a look. We're going to pull a tarot card for each month that's left in the year: September, October, November, and December. And then we're going to get some clarifying energy as well. So tell us, Spirit, about the back half. Well, we're not really in the back half, but the last quarter, we'll say, of 2023 for pile 1. What is all of this change in routine about? What is coming through for pile 1, the remainder of 2023? We have the King of Swords. Oh, we have the Hanged Man. I'm not going to take the Devil, even though it did show itself. We'll see if it comes back out. Four of Wands. There it is, the High Priestess. That's so funny. It's like you're reading pile 1. It's making me feel like Spirit doesn't necessarily want you to know everything that's coming for you, because that High Priestess energy is this energy of beyond the ordinary too. I feel like what you need to know right now is that something about your day-to-day routine and your day-to-day life is going to be changing. And I feel like that's kind of the majority of what Spirit wants to say. We're going to get more info here in a minute, but I want to point out that you guys also have the Eight of Swords here at the bottom of the deck, and you have a King of Pentacles underneath. So it, to me, and look at this, we have everything is fine with the Ten of Swords. I feel like maybe some of you guys have been stressing about something a little bit. It could have to do with something with like a masculine energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or just this energy of the King of Pentacles, money, finances, well-being, something like that could be causing you stress. And I feel like with this Eight of Swords being here, it's like you guys may know that you're ready for some sort of change in your routine, but you're feeling a little unsure or unsure of yourself around being able to create what it is that you're wanting. But it's coming in for you. I see it here. Hold on. Let me put this to the side. I don't know. I don't like have the best space today. I'm going to put that over there. Okay. I want to just pull some clarifiers here. And then we'll get into this. So we're going to work with this little Pantha Oracle. I've been really enjoying this lately. Tell us what is ahead for pile 1, the remainder of 2023. Clarifying this King of Swords. I'm wondering, you guys, if that Devil card showed itself because there's some sort of bad habit that's part of your routine that you're going to be breaking away from. Ooh, so we've got strategy here. Clarifying this Hanged Man energy, or Hanged One, rather. We've got evidence. Clarifying this Four of Wands, please. We've got readiness. And clarifying the High Priestess energy, please. Daydream. We have an adventure here. So there's definitely something changing. You guys could be traveling or moving. There's definitely energies of exploring coming up here. Moving in a new direction is coming up really strong. So what I'm kind of feeling for this group is starting off, you know, the beginning of the time frame that we're looking into here, September, October time frame. With this King of Swords and the Hanged Man, I do feel, especially in the month of September, there's something about being very strategic coming up during this month. The King of Swords is telling me that during the month of September or around that time, you're putting a lot of thought, strategy, and routine and structure into your life. So this could be routine and structure in terms of like planning, right? Planning for what it is that you want to change. Could even just be implementing whatever, clearly there's an energy of something changing here, right? So the King of Swords is telling me you guys are basically just like getting things set up. Being a little bit more strict with yourself, raising your standards in some way. And with the butterflies floating above the King of Swords head here, this is all about positive change, transformation that you're trying to create in your life the back half of this year. We also have the strategy card being here, which makes a lot of sense with the King of Swords. This is a very strategic energy. Some of you guys may feel like you have to be pretty like there has to be a sort of strategy behind the moves that you're making is what I'm getting from this. King of Swords is also about communication too. So for some of you in the month of September, this could be about communicating with the right person, making sure that you're in the right place at the right time, kind of like with chess, right? In chess, you're sort of looking at all the players on the board, anticipating everybody's moves, and then making sure that you're moving accordingly to place yourself into the best position, right? So that's kind of what I'm seeing for the month of September here. You guys have the Hanged Man or the Hanged One with evidence coming up in the month of October or around the October timeframe. Keep in mind, this is general, you guys, so it could play out a little bit differently. This is just kind of the general flow of things here. In the month of October, I feel you guys kind of taking pause on this planning and this strategizing, taking a moment to kind of look at things from a new and different perspective. There may not be a ton of movement around your plans in the month of October, but typically when we're in this hangman energy, this is a necessary energy because it means that we're needing to put it on ice to see it from a new and different perspective. There's something that you guys are really examining very thoroughly and very closely during the month of October here. We've got investigation, proof, detection. To me, it's about taking a moment to make sure that all of the planning, all of the strategy that we've implemented is yielding the right result for us, and making sure that you're not missing anything important before you move forward into change, right? Because before we have change, which is the Death card in the tarot, we have the Hanged Man, which is about making sure that we're seeing it from all sides. I see things picking up for you in the month of November with the Four of Wands. So with the Four of Wands energy coming up, this is all about home. This is about family, marriage. This could be about your community even, your living space, your living situation, something along those lines. We have readiness here, preparation, prompt, and arrangement. So, and there's all these buildings in behind. This could have to do with work for some of you guys. Something about work and being invited into like a new fold with work. You've got buildings here. For some of you guys, you could be moving to a new city, relocating to a new city, even though there's not a lot of indication of like physical movement in the tarot. We do see it here with the Uncharted Sea somewhat. But there's something about these cities, these cityscapes here that are making me feel like being in the city or going into the city is going to be important in the month of November for pile one. So there's an energy here of getting ready and being welcomed into the fold, into some sort of new group, making some sort of arrangement, preparing for something to do with your living situation, I feel. Your home, your family, something like that. Then we move into the High Priestess energy in the month of December. And so it's kind of interesting again, because to me, this spirit is saying like the month of December, kind of like with Beyond the Ordinary, there's something about it where you're just needing to kind of lean back and see what happens. We have Daydream being here, which is about being optimistic. It talks about illusions. What does that say? Delirior, being delirious maybe, I don't know. But this kind of makes sense. To me, this is a very magical, very spiritual energy that I see you guys being in. Leading up to this point in the month of December feels like you all are kind of getting ready for something. And the month of December feels like it's about you just kind of leaning back and watching how things unfold. And with the Daydream being here, to me, this kind of feels like there's something that you all are manifesting or that you've had on your mind coming into this reading that may be coming into fruition in the month of December for you. Like something about it is being kept secret right now, but I do feel that something about it is unfolding during that time. So Let's continue for pile 1. Tell us more about what's ahead in the month of not the month of December, in the next few months, the ending of 2023, the remainder of 2023 rather. What else does pile 1 need to know about the remainder of 2023? We have wisdom. This makes a lot of sense with the King of Swords and the strategy card. It's like you guys are taking the time the next few months to make very smart, intelligent decisions that are based on your experience in things, right? Like you're taking whatever wisdom you've learned from the past experiences that you've been through and you're applying it to the strategy of what you're trying to accomplish here. Very wise energy, seeing things from a higher perspective, looking at it from a bird's eye view. Owls can also see in the dark. They're nocturnal animals. So it's like you guys are able to see through any obstacles that are getting in your way. And I think it's also for you guys about knowing how to move, knowing about how to apply your strategy, but then also, you know, knowing when it's time to kind of take a step back and reflect. And you're doing that a couple of times here over the next few months. We also have dream sweet, sleep deep. See, there's an energy of peace coming up for you guys. I was getting for this group that there's anxiety for you coming into this reading. Anxiety about change, anxiety about like what's going to happen for you. And that card coming up is actually really beautiful to see because it tells me that things are going to feel much more relaxed. You're going to be sleeping fully at night, sleeping well at night. This card also talks about wondrous dreams for days reborn, and we have the energy of daydreaming here. So something about your dreams, pile number 1. I would kind of think about your dreams. Maybe journaling your dreams over the next few months could be beneficial because I feel like this group is getting some sort of sign or symbol or message in your dreams at night about your life and your situation. Okay, let's see. Let's pull one more and then we'll get into this last little deck. Let's see. We also have creativity. By all above and all below, let me connect to let creativity flow. Beautiful energy. So there's something that you're creating during this time. And it feels like for this group, with regard to your creativity, you're actually applying some strategy to it. You're being more strategic. Thinking outside of the box is also being creative. It's being innovative, right? I'm also getting a very connected, like, this group is very much connected to their higher selves, to spirit, to the universe during this time. And it's coming through a lot with the High Priestess, beyond the ordinary. With this creativity card here, you can kind of see there's this like channeled energy that they're getting from the divine. Even with the dreams, the messages in your dreams. This is a very spiritual reading, pile 1. And I do feel that a lot of what's coming through for you in the next few months, you already kind of know what's ahead because you've been getting messages intuitively about it for a while. So let's see. I want to just close out with this here. Tell us more about the remainder of 2023 for pile number 1. Definitely feels like you guys are getting ready for something pretty big here, though. Pretty exciting. We have the energy of friendship. A friend needs your help, or your kindness and excellent counseling skills will put them back on track. Okay. Let's see what else. We have commitment. A commitment is indicated around love or business. It will make you feel better. You see, there's something coming up here, I feel, with this, like with your strategy energy, with you examining evidence, getting ready for something. It definitely feels like something is coming through for you in the realm of committing to something new. We have love life coming up. Affairs of the heart could cause future problems, but take heart, as difficult situations will be resolved by a good decision this week. These are so funny. They're like fortune telling, but fortune cookie cards, which is cute. But there could be a commitment in love, in friendship, in business coming up here. Let's see. We also have personal riches. What? Small successes are likely now and bigger ones are on the way. Finances could improve dramatically, but avoid getting rich schemes. Always good advice there. We also have surprise. A disappointment will be followed by a pleasant surprise. An invitation could bring love to those searching. So very interesting, you guys. Let me know, pile one. Comment below. What do you guys have planned for the remainder of 2023? And do you feel like this reading is picking up on any of your plans? I would love to hear from you on how you feel like this resonates for your situation. If you guys are not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated once I post the next reading. And I do look forward to seeing you there. Bye. Hey, pile two, if you guys selected the Star Spinner Tarot with this little purple tower, it's an amethyst tower, rather, this will be your reading. So we're going to be looking into the remainder of 2023 and what is in store for you. So let's go ahead and start with your overall energy, and then we'll jump into the tarot. So you guys have the energy of Pisces. We have great and full, beautiful energy. We also have Waking the Lion. Wow. Pisces energy and Leo energy showing up here really strong, especially Pisces. Okay, pile two, excuse me. So during the last part of 2023, I feel like the biggest thing that's coming up when I see this Pisces energy is I feel that you guys are really visualizing and thinking about your dreams. You all could be manifesting something, calling something into your life. It feels very spiritual. It feels very faith-based to me in a sense because of the words here, I believe. So it's making me feel that there's something, again, pretty big or pretty major that you guys are trying to call into your life during this time. And Pisces energy is very spiritual. It's very emotional. It's mutable water energy, right? So it kind of just goes with the flow. And so there's an element during the last part of 2023 of you all just sort of going with the flow and tapping into your spiritual beliefs to move through this time. I see you guys really channeling gratitude and working with the feeling or the emotion of gratitude with this card. Great and full literally talks about being grateful. So there's an emphasis in the last part of 2023 of you guys really focusing on gratitude, focusing on appreciating the things that you have and really harnessing gratitude in order to call in whatever it is you all are manifesting. Some of you guys might not be manifesting anything. You could just be focused on, being more appreciative, being more grateful for the things that you have. But it definitely feels like this is tied to some sort of intention that you guys are setting. And it's really nice because it doesn't feel forced. It feels effortless. It feels like this sort of release and this surrender. Because, in the tarot, the Hanged Man card is associated with the sign of Pisces. And the Hanged Man is all about just surrender. It's about letting go, releasing and letting go, putting it on ice and just letting it flow to you. And that's kind of what I feel is happening here. Now, at the same time, you all also have this energy of Waking the Lion, which is all about confidence. So for some of you guys during this time, you could be working on stepping out and showing yourself a little bit more, being more authentic, being more courageous to go after something. Whenever I see this energy here, I think of Leo, which also makes me think of being in the spotlight too, having a lot of eyes on you or people looking to you as a leader in some way. So those are the overall energies. Let's look at the tarot next. See what else we can learn. So for the remainder of 2023, what is coming through for pile two? Looking at the energy of September, October, November, and December. Ooh, we've got an Ace of Cups. It's an interesting message I'm getting from that. We have a Page of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Page of Cups. Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So there's an energy of passion, communication, maybe even travel, vacation, movement. Lots of pages coming up, and we have an ace, which is giving, like, all of those cards to me are signifying some sort of newness, a new energy coming up for you guys. So starting off with the Ace of Cups, this is a really interesting depiction of the Ace of Cups because if you notice, the mermaid is kind of looking into this cup. And it's almost like she's looking into the cup and seeing what's inside, like really assessing how much she has. And it's really kind of mirroring this image of the great and full, the cup that's here too. I don't know, but I feel like I get the sense for some of you guys that maybe there's something in your life that you've been feeling a little bit disappointed about coming into this reading. And maybe this is something that you're going to be continuing to move throughout the rest of 2023. Because when I look at that card of this mermaid, to me, the vibe that I get from it is of somebody who is sad or somebody who is somber, maybe somebody who has recently gone through something. And even though there is this opportunity with the Ace of Cups for new love or welcoming in a loving energy into your life, it's like very wistful in a sense. Like it feels sad to me when I look at this card. Now, that may not resonate for everybody here. What this is really talking about, though, like the crux of this card is basically just saying that starting off like around September timeframe, there's a focus here on love and welcoming love into your life because the Ace of Cups talks about the potential for new love. And with great and full coming up here, I feel like you guys are starting off with this new love journey by being grateful for what you have, being grateful and appreciative for the love that you have in your life versus worrying about the lack of love or what you don't have in your life. And that's kind of what I get from this card. It's almost like she's looking inside to make sure that it's enough, and it's really sad. This could be a self-worth thing for some of you guys as well. But it feels like this gratitude practice is starting for you guys in the month of September here. This could talk about a new romantic relationship. We're going to get more clarification here in a minute, but just the general energy of what I see so far. Now, moving into October timeframe, I see you guys really shifting into a different energy here with the Page of Pentacles. This is an energy of curiosity. This is an energy of study. So I feel that there is an opportunity in the month of October for you guys to be really focusing on your learning in some capacity. Some of you guys could be doing like an internship or in school, taking a course of some sort. If it doesn't really have to do with that, it could be some sort of new opportunity from a career or money perspective with the Pentacles being here. But there's something that you all are being curious about and really learning and studying during this time. I feel like whatever it is that you guys are learning and studying during this time, it's connected to what we see coming up here in November, which has to do with travel, planning, looking ahead into the future. For some of you guys with this Three of Wands, there could be an energy, like I was saying, of travel, because we had that here with the Eight of Wands here. You guys also have the Knight of Pentacles underneath of the Eight of Wands, which is a step up from the page. So this could have something to do with your work that you're doing. But the Three of Wands does talk about planning as well. So taking whatever you guys have learned, taking your gratitude, your studies, and applying it toward your future coming up in the month of November. Ending here in December with the Page of Cups. So we kind of circle back to this Cups energy. Another page, another sort of new beginning type of energy coming up for you guys. Whoop. Let's take a look. This is a very sweet, caring energy that I'm getting here from this card with the little dog. For some of you guys, friendship or companionship might be really significant in the month of December. Maybe even with like your fur baby or your familiar, like the card is depicting. I Again, this could be talking about new love as well, like a crush or something developing here. This also can talk about new creative endeavors that you all are pursuing too. And maybe for some of you, the creative endeavor is something that you're monetizing during the rest of 2023. It could be something spiritual in nature with Pisces coming up here. Something, Leo's energy is very creative as well. Putting it out there. Maybe slowly starting to put things out there. Let's get some clarifiers. So what else is happening for pile 2? Let's clarify this Ace of Cups, please. We have profession, expertise, omniscience, and talent. So there's something, this Ace of Cups is something to do with your work. I don't know that it might be love for some of you, but it feels with profession clarifying it that this is about your work that you do. And it definitely feels like it's something creative or spiritual in nature for a lot of you guys here. So there's an emphasis here with the Ace of Cups of you having this opportunity to do something that feels quite emotionally fulfilling to you. Maybe even cooking or being a chef is something that some of you all do. But there's something about this gratitude energy being connected to it. Let's clarify this Page of Pentacles next. Okay, that's way too many. Hold on. We have loss. Oh. It's kind of interesting. We have the dog here again. You guys could just be like reflecting on a loss during this time. This talks about bereavement, sorrow, damage, something along those lines. But loss it doesn't have to literally mean what's being depicted on the card. Okay, I don't want to freak anyone out. But this card is talking about lack. It's talking about the emphasis of focusing on not having something. And remember, your focus during this time is on what you do have. It's on gratitude. It's about focusing and channeling your energy onto the things that you can appreciate in your life that are there and present for you every day so that your heart is more full and you're vibing a little bit higher. Not that it's bad to be low vibe. Sometimes you have to be low vibe. But it seems like there's an emphasis here on you guys really trying to live your dreams with Pisces being here and to live in the open with it. So I do see a little bit of a dip here with the Page of Pentacles and this loss energy in the month of October. There could be a focus here on lack energy coming up for you, a trigger coming up for you. But with the Page of Pentacles here, there's some sort of learning opportunity through loss is really what I see. Let's see what this Three of Wands is about. Oh my goodness, we have illness. This talks about disease, weakness, and fragility coming up. Let's clarify the Page of Cups really quick. We have evidence. We also have this energy of promises here at the bottom of the deck. So there is an energy of love that I see, romantic love for some of you guys. I feel like that's connected to this though. I do feel that a lot of the last part of 2023 for this group, there's a lot of different themes that I'm seeing coming up here, but there seems to be this energy of focusing on your career and your work and your creative endeavors and how those are connected to your overall spiritual well-being, your creativity, your overall goals in your life. But then there's also sort of like this energy of you guys moving through maybe some tougher energies, dealing with grief, for instance, or just feeling not your best, right? This card does not literally have to mean somebody's getting sick. And even if you do get sick, please don't freak out because it's probably just like a cold or something. You know what I mean? This is not a health reading or anything like that. The metaphor of illness, though, it's talking about feeling weak or feeling fragile in some capacity and just wanting and needing to be comforted. And so maybe there's something about, the remainder of this year where you guys are really planning. It's like you're examining, you're learning from something that's been lost with the Page of Pentacles, and you're using your studies, your learning to plan ahead to create more comfort for yourself. Because when I look at this card, even though she's sick in the bed, she's very comfortable, right? She's got everything she needs. She's got her medication. She's got her little cat stuffed animal next to her, right? She has her Kleenex. She's cared for. And this might be going back into shifting into this mindset of gratitude for you, pile 2 as well, where it's like, even though you might have some tough stuff that pops up for you or some little inconveniences that pop up for you during the last half of 2023, it's about being grateful for the stuff that you do have, right? Because even though this is a crappy situation, nobody wants to be sick. Look at all the support that she has around her to help her be more comfortable. Now, here in December, I do kind of feel for some of you guys because of this promise energy that's here. And look, underneath of this, we also have commitment coming up. There definitely seems to be kind of a new love opportunity for this group. And I think that there is a little bit of like skepticism that I'm seeing around this, right? There's an energy of wanting to make sure that the person is going to be loyal. But I don't know. I feel like for pile 2, a lot of this really might literally have to do with the little dog that's in the cards. Because here it feels like somebody out there is grieving the loss of a pet. And then maybe there's like a new opportunity for a new pet to come into your life toward the end of the year. And this card of evidence is making me feel like it's you guys like doing your due diligence to make sure that wherever you're getting the pet from, like all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed, like everything is as it should be. You know what I mean? I don't normally like to interpret it that literally, but it's just such a synchronicity that I can't ignore for this group. It may not apply to everybody. If it's not having to do with a pet, then it's having to do with maybe a potential love interest that I see, a crush coming in for you guys. But I think like going back to your overall theming here, with Waking the Lion, you all, I think, are having faith during this time. There's an energy of looking for the gratitude, having faith, staying in flow, not trying to control things that you can't control. But I do feel with Waking the Lion that this last part of 2023 is really helping this group to become more confident in your ability to navigate certain circumstances that might not be always the easiest. Let's see. Tell us a little bit more, please, for the last part of 2023. What else should pile 2 know? Okay. Sensuality. Your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. So yeah, this is again about going with the flow of things, having fun, being more creative with your work that you're doing, for sure. Romanticizing your life a little bit. But definitely lots of cards that talk about being able to go with the flow coming up for this group. We also have confidence. By earth and air, water and fire, let my confidence take light and burn higher. This is so beautiful. Such a beautiful synchronicity, you guys. For some of you, I'm feeling like doing meditations specifically for the sacral chakra might be super significant or important for you, because we have a lot of this energy of you needing to be able to kind of go with the flow, even being more comfortable with emotional expression here with like the Ace of Cups, the Page of Cups. With this Page of Cups and evidence, there's a skepticism around emotions that I see. And so it could be beneficial to tap into some meditations that will help to boost or balance out your sacral. All right, so we're going to end your reading, pile 2, with some of these little fortune cookie cards. So let's just see what other messages you guys need to know about the last part of this year. So what else does pile 2 need to know about the last part of 2023? Intuition. Trust your intuition. It's a great time to learn a new skill, change careers, or invest money. And Pisces is intuition as well, you guys. So more of energy that's signifying the need to sort of go with the flow. Let your intuition guide you the last part of 2023. Do what feels good. What is your gut instinct telling you? Even this card of skepticism can be about going with your gut when you feel something is off, right? It's not a bad thing necessarily. Planning. Now's the time to lay down the foundations for your future. Financial gains are more than likely. See, planning with the 3 of Wands. So that's like another synchronicity here. There's definitely a couple of messages about finances coming up too. They came through a little bit here at the Page of Pentacles, but it seems like there's something for some of you around financial wellness that also may be a focus during this time. Okay, we've got, hold on. Sunshine. The sun is shining on you, career and business growth, fabulous communication in relationships. So I'm guided to say that if things have felt sad, which I was kind of feeling that, and I see it here for some of you, it definitely seems like things are going to be improving and getting better for you guys during the last part of 2023. I do still see a couple bumps in the road, but overwhelmingly it feels that that message is here to reassure you that things are getting better and looking up for you. We have luck. A sudden change of luck is likely. Things are working in your favor. Excellent time for networking. So definitely maybe this waking the lion and this confidence energy is about you guys kind of putting yourselves out there and talking to more people as well. So pile 2, beautiful reading. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments about what's been happening for you so far this year and what your plans are for the ending of 2023. Comment below, let me know. If you guys are not already, please do subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated when I post the next reading, and I do look forward to seeing you there. Bye! Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. So we're going to be looking into what's ahead for you the remainder of 2023. If you guys chose the Good Karma Tarot with this little honey calcite sphere, this will be your reading. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. Starting off with your overall energy. So overall energy, we've got the Saturn return coming up. So some of you guys could be going through your Saturn return at this time. We have in perfect harmony, musical energy coming up. Ooh, we also have a tall tale. Very interesting, you guys. Well, wow. Okay. So pile 3, the rest of 2023. Some of you guys might literally be going through your Saturn return. So this typically happens either around the age of 30 or the age of 60, potentially. Give or take a year or two here or there. But the purpose of Saturn return is like, it forces us to grow up and be responsible. And what I feel for this group is that the last part of 2023 is all about you guys stepping into an energy of being accountable and responsible for certain aspects of your life that you might need to like grow up, quote unquote, a little bit, because Saturn is like dad energy. It's like the father energy coming in and kind of imparting some sort of structure that might feel like a restriction at first, right? But it's really about you then providing the structure, Saturn providing the structure so that we can be more responsible with something in our life. It's ultimately for our highest good. Now, with this card coming up with the tall tale, this is so interesting because it looks a lot like Pinocchio to me, who always just wanted to be a real boy, right? If we think of the story of Pinocchio, I'm not super familiar. It's been a long time since I've watched that movie. But when I look at this, I think of that kind of childlike energy. And I also think of the fact that Pinocchio was not, in fact, a real boy. He was a puppet. And if I remember correctly, in that movie, it was kind of creepy, right? I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments. But in the movie, isn't like the whole thing about, maybe I'm confusing it with Peter Pan, who never wants to grow up. I think that's what I'm confusing. I'm conflating it with Peter Pan. So my apologies. But I guess that's what I'm getting at. It's like there's an interesting correlation here with this kind of Pinocchio vibe, this like more childlike energy with Saturn coming here, which it's basically saying it's time for you to step up and be responsible. The tall tale is saying that there's something in your life that you guys might not be fully honest about. Like, not necessarily saying that you guys are a liar or anything bad like that. But basically, this tall tale energy next to Saturn is saying that like there's an area of life in which you're needing to be more responsible, in which you're needing to view it through a more adult or grown-up lens. And there's a need to really shatter any sort of illusion or delusion that you've placed around the situation. Again, Pinocchio was a puppet. He's not a real little boy. It's an illusion to think that he is, right? Now, I feel for a lot of you all that this illusion, this area of responsibility that's coming through for you has to do with relationships, because this perfect harmony card talks about harmonious relationships, and it talks about like being able to synthesize and make beautiful music, create beautiful energy with other people. So this could have to do with romantic relationships for some of you, where maybe some of you guys haven't been as clear or honest with yourself about the truth of some of the relationships in your life, or maybe a significant relationship in your life. It could have to do with another type of connection or just relationships in general, some sort of pattern that you're dispelling during this time. But overwhelmingly, Spirit is wanting to tell you that in order to have harmonious relationships, there's an area in which you need to see them more clearly and be more, I guess, adult in your handling of them. So let's just see what this is about, okay? What is going on the next few months here, the remainder of 2023 for pile 3. Let's see. That 3 of coins keeps showing itself. It'll be interesting to see if it comes back out. We've got Temperance. We have the Star. We have the King of Coins. We have the 8 of Wands. We also have some travel and movement energy coming up for you guys. I'm going to pull some clarifiers and then we'll get into the energies here. All right, tell us a little bit more about the next few months, the remainder of 2023, and what is in store for pile number 3, please. Ugh, my hair is everywhere. Sorry, you guys. Conflict. Interesting. Indulgence. Promise. Friendship. Lots of energy of relationships coming up for you guys. So I definitely think that that perfect harmony vibe or energy was accurate to what I was picking up on, because I see a lot of indication that either a relationship of significance or just relationships in general are going to be very important during the last part of 2023. We have the Death energy here at the bottom of the deck as well. So this is sort of an inevitable slow moving change that you're going to be moving through regardless. So it's definitely best not to resist it. And I see a little bit of an energy of potential resistance here, especially toward the beginning, because it's going to happen anyway. It's coming through for you guys anyway. So it's really interesting. We start off here with the Temperance card, and we have the star next. So I'm going to just kind of pop these down for just a minute. We're going to get to them. Temperance is telling me that there is a situation, especially starting off here in the month of September, a relationship in particular or some sort of conflict in your life that is needing some time to balance things out. To me, it feels like around the September timeframe, you and somebody else in your life, somebody else that you have a relationship with, are not seeing eye to eye on something. There are differences here. And Temperance also can talk about differences, right? Because it's kind of about balancing two different elements and creating harmony. I feel like in the month of September, this is kind of where I see this energy of responsibility really kicking in here for you, because there's a need, I think, for this group to also make sure that like you're taking accountability for your own side of whatever the conflict is. No matter how right or justified you may think that you are, there's two sides to the story that are being shown here. I also think that it's interesting that we have this conflict energy in this Temperance card here. You guys will notice that it seems like there's been a storm that has passed, and now we have this beautiful rainbow, and we have this peace and this tranquility here. So I'm almost kind of getting that in the month of September, there's going to be some sort of argument or a blowout even that feels like a storm, but it's kind of like something that needs to happen. It's almost like you and this person or this group of people, whoever it is, need to hash this out in order for healing to take place. And I do see healing taking place the next month of October with the Star card being here. This is all about healing, renewal, optimism being restored, hope being restored. We have this energy of indulgence coming up here, clarifying it as well, which talks about joy and friendliness and interaction with others. So I feel like a lot of you guys are healing this relationship or healing from this relationship, whether you stay in it or not, and moving into an energy of renewed hope for the future. And maybe even spending a lot of time with your friends, you know, during the month of October. Indulgence is giving me like spa vibes, like having a spa day, doing self-care, which would make sense with the Star as well. As you heal from the situation and recover from whatever the situation was that was causing contention and conflict in your life with somebody. Now, it's interesting because it's like, I feel there's like this energy of friends coming up here and here, but then we also have this energy of what I feel is like romantic energy here and here for some of you. So there could be multiple, you know, storylines coming through for you guys this last part of 2023. But the King of Pentacles in the month of November, this is an energy of responsibility, kind of like Saturn, right? King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. This is somebody who shows up in their masculine authority, somebody who is a provider, a caretaker, somebody who's responsible, like Saturn, right? Somebody who's there to take care of their responsibilities, take care of their work, take care of their family, whatever the situation is. And we have it being clarified by promise here, which to me looks like a proposal. Some of the clarifying words here, though, say responsible, confirmation, and assurance. So I kind of feel in the month of November, for some of you guys, I actually see some sort of like proposal happening or taking something into a higher level of commitment with a partner in your life. And this would make a lot of sense too with Saturn return coming up, because Saturn does talk about commitments, right? It can talk about, responsible commitments, being responsible to your partner. Rounding it out here in December, we've got the Eight of Wands. So I see a lot of fun. I see a lot of passion. I see a lot of excitement. I see fast movement, travel for some of you guys. And we have friendship here again. So kind of like similar to this indulgence energy. We've got team, connection, and networking. So for some of you, this could have to do with work or career. For others of you, this could just have to do with you having fun with your friends or taking some sort of a trip with friends. But it feels very strongly, pile number 3, that your remainder of 2023, it's very relationship centric. Starting off with you guys kind of like taking accountability for some sort of conflict here between you and someone else, but then healing it, taking something to a higher level of commitment with Saturn, and spending a lot of good quality time with friends. So let's see, for pile number 3, tell us a little bit more about the remainder of 2023 for them. We have organization, purpose, planning, efficiency now come to me so easily. So maybe part of the conflict had to do with lack of organization, lack of planning. Again, though, this card really talks about what Saturn return talks about. It's about taking responsibility, showing up in a more organized and authoritative manner with your relationships and your life in general. Ooh, we have passion. Rise, passion, rise up high, inflame my purpose, reach the sky. I definitely see that here with this 8 of Wands, a little bit here with the Star card. It definitely feels that there's something romantic of significance that you guys are exploring during this time. But I also feel that this has to do with having fun, right? Having fun with your friends, taking a trip, indulging in hobbies, activities, practices that bring you joy. Pile 3, I feel like your reading is so straightforward. It's like, I'm getting through it a little bit faster than the other two. So we're already on your last deck. We're going to move into the Fortune Cookie Oracle cards, and we're going to see what other messages we have for you for the remainder of 2023. So what else should Pile 3 know about the remainder of this year for them? We have perseverance. You may feel like you're getting nowhere, but there are wonderful changes ahead. Don't give up. Yeah, I feel honestly that for the most part, your end of the year is going to be pretty smooth sailing, pile number 3. But there is this energy of conflict that needs to be worked out. And I will say this. When I was shuffling and dealing out these cards or placing these cards, my intention was to do September, October, November, December. But with Temperance being here, a major arcana with the star, major arcana, I do feel that these themes will be infused into the full, back half of the year for you. So it may not be that this fully resolves itself in September. It may be that this conflict is sort of slowly resolving throughout September through December, right? Meaning perseverance will be needed, right? Because Saturn return, again, it is tougher energy. It is about being responsible. Let's see what else for pile 3. We have friendship. A friend needs your help. Your kindness and excellent counseling skills will put them back on track. So there's definitely a major friendship theme that I see here. And this could also be the person that you guys might be in conflict with a little bit here. Could be a friend that you're having differences with, needing to be more patient with potentially. We have intuition. Trust your intuition. It's a great time to learn a new skill, change careers, or invest money. Kind of see that potential there with the King of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. Even though this looks romantic, it can also just be talking about a work commitment as well for some of you. One more. We have travel. Long distance communication will open up your life. Exciting experiences for singles and career advancement for others. So definitely something with travel coming up. And this friendship card does talk about networking. So some of you guys could be doing a lot of traveling, especially toward the month of December. Well, this was a beautiful reading, pile 3, very straightforward. Please comment below. I would love to hear from you and understand what's been going on up until this point for you this year. What plans do you have for the remainder of 2023? Please let me know. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated once I post the next reading. And I do look forward to seeing you there. Bye.